Big Cock 45 here. Actually, I'm a G.I. Joe wannabe because I've got an M17. It ran out of ammo, but guess what? I have more. We can bowl or anything. Yee, doggies! We ran out again. That's okay. We have more ammo. Yes, G.I. Joe wannabe. After all, it's an M17. Virtually the same pistol our soldiers are carrying, U.S. soldiers, okay? So that makes me a wannabe, I guess. A Rambo wannabe. Not really, we'll talk about that. But that's what this is, the M17. This is the commemorative. And there's 5,000 of those made. And it's supposed to be as close as you can get to the real thing. It virtually is, I guess. And you can share your insights into that. These are supposed to be exactly what was shipped to the 101st Airborne, right up the road here from us. Actually, that's where I got it. I sneaked into the armory one night and, you know, sneaked out of there with one. No, I bought this one. And so, yeah, glad to have it. And so this is my personal firearm. I've had it for months. And so didn't get this. Yeah, you're not just, I have talked about that over the years. You know, people pretend to be a Navy SEAL or whatever they are. If you like military firearms, it doesn't mean you're a Rambo wannabe. It would be a lot of us, wouldn't there? Because how many thousands, tens of thousands, or millions of people on the planet collect military surplus firearms or just like them? And part of the reason for that is they're usually well made and usually well designed. Because you think about the hard use, almost, well, any military is going to give a rifle or handgun or shotgun. It's going to make for probably a pretty sturdy, reliable firearm. And that's, hey, that's something you want. Just like if you're buying lawnmowers, you want one that's reliable and sturdy and that works when you need it. And so, you know how government contracts go. They write up what they want in a new pistol or a rifle or whatever it might be, and then all the companies scramble to, because those are lucrative contracts, so everybody scrambles to see if they can meet those requirements and making this firearm as good as the military is asking for. And probably similar to that in other countries, unless it's maybe a communist country, and then they're maybe directed, hey, make this. But that's kind of the way it goes. So you generally get good stuff. You get a lot of competition for this contract, this most recent pistol change, military pistol. There were a lot of companies fighting for it, and it brought about some cool firearms. We reaped the benefits, just like I think the Glock 19X was basically the Glock's submission. I think it came in second, not sure. And, you know, the FN 509, man, what a wonderful pistol. So those were submissions for the military contract. And, of course, the SIG, 930, right? I tell you, I am losing my mind. I don't know why I deal with so many different firearms, but 320, yeah. The SIG, submitted theirs, of course, and they won the contract, as we all know by now, right? And this is basically what they are using and carrying. Now, there's a commercial version of it, and I think the only difference is mainly there's maybe in the some of the lubricating or the finish, but the color of the slide release and thumb safety and that kind of thing. But essentially, not a lot of difference. And there's even disagreement on what all the differences are and all that kind of thing. And that's not even that important to me. I wanted a pistol as much like what the military is carrying as I could find. Now, they don't have Talon grips on theirs, and that was the one thing that I as a criticism of mine of it. I don't know about the Beretta. It's a little slippery too. It's okay, but I wasn't aware even whether they were available, and I requested some for this, if they had a color that didn't look horrible, and they're not too bad. So I'm sorry I put them on there because this is my gun, and actually this is a defensive firearm for me because of the night sights and the rail for a flashlight and the high capacity, and it will hold these 20 round mags and different things. This is kind of a house gun for me, and has been for a few months. And I wanted it to feel great, and it does, okay? It has been utterly reliable, and so it qualifies. So anyway, it has Italian grips on it because, you know, I like them. And a lot of pistols, no matter what they do with them, the polymer, they just don't come out to have enough friction for me, all right? So that's what that's about. Other than that, it's pretty much what the soldiers are carrying, okay? Now, you folks that have them, maybe folks in the military, if someone's watching, I know a lot of military folks do, or someone who just knows, somebody from SIG or whatever, you need to correct anything I say. Or maybe even on these, going back to the darker controls on them, they may have already, I don't know, even the ones they're issuing, you know, to the military, or maybe they're doing something else different. And also, I know the cutout here was designed for the Leupold Delta Point Pro RMR to fit there perfectly, that I think the military was using or going to use. I understand maybe the SIG Romeo, now there's an adapter for that one, and there may be a lot of others, you know, by now. So I don't keep up with the RMRs as much. So, you know, whatever you might know about that, you know, jump in there. But these are good shooters, so I'm going to shoot some more. In fact, let's put one of these mags. It comes with two 21 round mags, and one, what did I do? It's still in here. So that's what you get with it, those three. Okay. And before I shoot it, it comes in this deluxe box. You know, notice that. In fact, I was looking for the box and I couldn't find it. I wanted to put it on the table to show y'all. And I looked everywhere and I saw this box up on a shelf. And I said, what's that? That's something else I ordered. It came in that box. I finally couldn't find it, so I went back and, oh yeah, it's M17 Commemorative. So that's the box it comes in, and supposedly it's the same box that they're shipped to in the military, okay? And you get a certificate with these, you can send it in, get a challenge coin and some stuff. I haven't done that, but so it's a no frills box, just like goes to the military. And you know, it's very much like or the same thing that they were getting at least a few months ago. That may have changed, I don't know. So, and the reason I've got those firearms out, again, we kind of are drawn to whatever the military has adopted. We got the old 1873 Colt there. In 1873, the military adopted that, and you know, a fine gun. And then in 1911, I think, the 1911 was adopted. So there it is. That's an A1, but that's the Remington Rand like my dad carried in World War II. And then the Beretta in 85, 86, you know. So that covers this century basically, and then the 73 goes back into the last. And we'll do a more extensive video on all that before too long, but we're just drawn to these firearms because they work. And it's kind of an interesting firearm to have if you know the soldiers in your country are carrying it. I mean, let's face it, it's kind of a patriotic thing to do. You should have one, don't you think? Gosh, what magazines do I want to grab? I bought 3 21 round mags too a while back, so I've got some ammo here. I don't know if I'll shoot it all because some of you might have to leave before then, but let's just take a few more shots of this baby. I like it. If you remember the video 4 years ago with the original SIG P320, I was pretty fond of how it shot, and I still am. Now, I don't know if I'll shoot it well today, but they're good shooters. They really are. And we'll start out with a little pot smoking here. Put the fire out. I should have hit him before he... Oh, yeah. Woo, doggy. Let's do a little bolt. Let's put some more ammo in it. All right, 2 liter down there. I am going to shoot you. We left you from a previous video yesterday or day before. Yeah. I mean, it just lays them right in there. Points well. Probably even shoots well weak-handed. I mean, it's just feels pretty nice, without about it. It feels so much better now. I got my Talon grips on there. It feels like I'm home now with it. I'm gonna go across the hill. The other day, I was hitting whatever I wanted to out there. I tell you, we'll see if I can do that today. Probably can't. But we got to hit the gong just to let him know we're here. Yeah. Let's try that red plate on the right. Okay, if I can hold steady. I was holding a little bit too low or something. We'll try that again. Feels good to hear that ding. I tell you what, if you can break that trigger at the right time, it just seems very, very accurate. In fact, I'm going to try that turkey up there. Boop. And that pig in the middle. Boop. And that turkey on the right. Boop. It's kind of a direct hold, at least over there. You don't want to do a 6 o'clock hold. And let's try that pig on the top row. Yeah, feels good and shoots well. It really does. What else about it before I shoot a little more? Because I've got mags loaded, I'm just going to shoot. I love to shoot. If y'all didn't know that. It's, yeah, you got your rail, Picatinny rail, of course. Gosh. And, you know, these SIGs. And they've been out long enough now that everybody's aware of the chassis. In the previous video, I took it out and converted another pistol and did all that. And so the firearm, if you're new, is the chassis. That's the firearm. And these have a unique serial number. This one is 750 out of 5,000. And all the markings of the military pistols, trying to make them as much like that as possible. Well, I mean, they're already making them, so it's a matter of not changing some things, I guess, and giving it the distinct serial number of the commemorative run. All right, and these ran, I don't know when I got this, they were like 11 or 1,200 bucks. I don't know what they are now and how collectible they are. I didn't want one to collect. I don't do that, buy guns to put aside and, oh, maybe this will get valuable someday. I don't do that. If I'm going to invest, it's going to be more likely in real estate or stocks, okay? I'm not going to invest in a firearm. I want to shoot the firearm, okay? And with these, now with an old firearm, like either of those, even though they have some, some value, as long as you clean them up and take good care of them, you can shoot them and that's not going to affect that. Right, unless you just wear it out. But with something like this, if I'd left it unfired in the box, I don't know what it might be worth someday because it's a limited run. I don't really care. I wanted one that was the most like our military sidearm. And again, being the Rambo wannabe I am, I've always done that. I've had back in I think it was 1912, before I could get my hands on one, I bought a 1911. And then and when we switched over, I bought a, Beretta 92 in the 80s. And then here I am in the 2000, whenever I got it, I guess it was 2018 maybe, 18, I guess when I bought this. So, I've just been, well, and then of course in 1873, I bought a Colt. I couldn't get one then either until 75. Because the military hogged them all up. It was terrible. I remember that. I was still shooting an old conversion pistol. So, but it was just, it was time. I remember asking as soon as the adoption was announced. I guess we went to a SHOT Show right after that, and I remember talking with the SIG people, asking them about what the exact configuration is going to be and all that, because I'd probably want to have one in my collection. And you know, again, on those special days when you want to pretend to be Rambo, be a Rambo wannabe, and you know, you just want the same firearm, right? All right, let's fire these back. One of these was still in the box. I hadn't even used it, so hopefully they will work okay. I'm sure they will. Let's just take a few more shots. Let's put a couple on the target. I found a holster. I got that off. I don't even know what kind it is, but I found it online somewhere. All right. Let's see. What can I shoot from here? Well, anything I can see. How about paper? Okay. All right. How about a tree? It's a fun pistol to shoot, I'll have to say. Oh good, more ammo. Let's go back over there and hit the gong, since I can see them. Yeah, hold a little too low there at first. What else wants to be picked off? Let's see if I can pick off that cinder on the barrel. Oh man. Oh, good. All right. And how about a buffalo? Yeah, I guess if I'm going buffalo hunting, maybe I better take some warmer ammo, right? Which reminds me, let's try a couple of heavier HSTs. I don't know if that'll take down a buffalo or not, but I wanted to try hollow points in it anyway. So I'm really glad to have it. I like it. It's reliable. I'm still torn between, as far as a house gun, and I might have some others, right? Not me, but between it and say a Glock, but it's kind of, or even the FN 509. But I am torn between this and the Glock 17. But I don't know. I like that. I've got the night sights on this. It feels good, especially now. And you know, it's just going to be my house gun. All right, commemorative or not. Did I shoot all? Did y'all let me shoot all those? Yeah. Well, while I'm doing this, let me load another mag just in case I can't resist. Okay. I have no self-control, as you all know, and I actually kind of I'm more fond of black guns, I guess, but it doesn't look too bad. It's not a bad looking pistol, I'll have to say. So, as far as negatives and positives. I've probably talked about a lot of the positives. One negative I'll show you here, I'm still having with it. It doesn't seem to affect the function of it, really, but the slide going back into battery, it kind of has a hiccup, and I thought it would, it's gotten a little better. It's just not fully broken in yet, I guess, but when you just let the slide down easy, it kind of stops right there, okay? Needs like a little nudge. Well, see, it's getting a little better. If you let any velocity at all, it'll kind of go on in. So I expect it to be over with probably after another 1,000 or 2,000 rounds. I don't know, but it has not affected reliability or the function or anything. So I'm assuming that's nothing too serious, but that is what it is. And what else is a negative? You know, it is a SIG, and you get a little bit higher bore axes than you do on a Glock or some other pistols. It sets up a little higher, you know, the bore axes in relation to your grip. But it's a 9mm, and you know, it's not a big deal really with this. Especially to me, it's not as big a deal as with some of the other SIGs that are double action, single action, I guess, because I don't know, it just seems like it's more comfortable to shoot well, and since it's a striker fired. Of course, the expense on this is not cheap. And what was another negative there that I was thinking about? It's a big gun, you know, but hey, it's a military gun. Those are all big guns. You know, this is not something that SIG came up with for pocket carry. You know, it's a military pistol. It's a full-size pistol. So you got that. And if you can think of any other negatives, you know, share, or positives, I think it shoots well. It feels good in the hand. You know, it's going to have a lot of support, I would say, wouldn't you, in aftermarket world, because why? It's already so popular, and anything the military adopts, you know, becomes even more popular. So maybe even for 100 years or more, they stay popular, you think? Okay, now you made me forget what I was shooting at. Did I load more hollow points? I did, didn't I? Okay. Oh, that's right. I was going to maybe try that buffalo with this. Now, these are not necessarily going to make a big difference, but maybe they will, because they'll expand on steel, you think? Or dirt. Yep. Okay, I would at least bring down his buddy there. He's smart aleck. I'm gonna put one on the high as I can. Oh, that's part of it. That one must have hit higher. I tend to hit lower than I mean to. I know when I was missing the gong, I think I was going low. Yeah, I've got to bring it up a little bit. Imagine that. Well, I got a hollow point. Do I have any 2 liters left? No, but I got a cowboy. Let's put a hollow point on his hollow head. Yeah, I've got one more mag. Anything else there before I let you go that I forgot about? Y'all raise your hand. It's kind of a neat pistol. Again, it's the military, so I'm going to have one. If we, I'm a gun guy, I hate to admit it. If we change pistols in 30 or 40 years again, I'll probably have to have one of those, don't you think? So whatever it might be, it's just kind of neat if you're a firearms person to have and shoot whatever you know, the military is carrying. You know, you can't always do that with their long guns because it might have one of those evil select fire switches on it, right? But with a handgun, man, it's kind of like what the rest of us have. And so that's not a big problem, and usually same with a shotgun. So we can, you know, since the beginning, in this country at least, I don't guess there's ever been a handgun that we citizens could not own, you know, that the military was using. Now it's not the case in some countries because they don't really have citizens. They have subjects, right? If you cannot own a firearm, you're more of a subject generally than you are a citizen, and that's what we're trying to keep from becoming, right? So let's shoot a couple more rounds, make up a couple more lies about it, and again, it's a pretty good looking pistol. Maybe it's because 99% of the firearms I own seem to be, you know, black. It's just kind of nice to have one. I guess that's the only one I have in that color, coyote tan. It's got a nice coating. What is it, PVD, I think, and you know, it's supposed to be the ultimate in protection and coatings and all of that as far as a firearm. So I don't know if you're in the military and you've been having trouble, you know, with any of these. You know, let us know what it is. You know, it's kind of an opportunity for a little bit of a forum from real people, not trolls, that have actually maybe carried it in the military, or others that have them like this, regular citizens, regular old Joes like me and John. If you've had issues that we've not had, okay? We've not had a bobble, no malfunctions. I don't think I hesitate to say this, but I don't remember having malfunctions with any of these 320s, except for that slide thing. So let us know if you're having that on yours, you folks in the military or out of the military. I think it's beginning to break in. I don't know, maybe it's going to take 8,000 rounds. I don't know. So anyway, there it is. So let's put a couple more bullets in. Got one more mag or two. Oh boy. I know from manning the camera, it's kind of tiring. So about this point in the video, John's saying, "Oh, come on, Dad, just one more mag, not two." All right, let's put it in the holster and just shoot some. What if I don't let those bullets stay in the magazine very long? That might help. All right, let's just pull it out and shoot something. And I have one more mag. Let's shoot that one too. I do have a machine gun. Oh yeah, it's a good shooter. I like this pistol, and glad I bought it. Okay, that's kind of the. I'll get that mag later, but it's a reliable pistol despite that battery slide going into battery thing. That probably should bother me more than it does. When it's like that, when you pull the trigger, that puts it into battery. Now, oh, let's see. You put a mag in. Let's see. I was just curious. So I know when you pull the trigger, it moves on forward. I'm trying to think how that would mess you up. Whenever you're putting, if that was a loaded magazine, of course, it would be the same thing. It would still stay back there, unless I threw it in pretty hard, then it goes on forward, right? But let's say you had a loaded mag in there. I'm trying to think how it might just get you killed. All right, so I don't have a round in the chamber. So in the process of putting one in there, I'm going to be working the slide aggressively. So that's why it's not caused me any problems, because if you're shooting it, you're going to let it fly and have a round in the chamber. And so, yeah. So anyway, be that as it may, that's what it does, and it's not created a problem. And so I expect that you'll know, because we'll do future videos with it from time to time. And if in 5 years from now I'm still talking about that, you'll know. A great shooter. Again, I might have said this about the very first video 4 years ago. It's the firearm, you just want to keep shooting it. You just want to keep putting magazines in it and firing the thing, because it's comfortable to shoot. And boy, once you get shooting the thing, you feel like you can't miss with it, because it is a big old gun. You got good sights on it. And I can't imagine somebody not liking it and having fun with it to shoot, unless you had itty bitty hands or something, maybe. So anyway, the M17, now I are a soldier. I got me an M17, and I'm enjoying it so far. Appreciate your support, and appreciate your supporting all the people that support us. You know who they are. You can find them in the descriptions, right, and at our website. And please read the descriptions. I still have people asking me about when you're going to do a meet and greet, and we actually have 4 of them scheduled, in the description as I speak. Of course, that might not help you, because you might see this 3 weeks or 5 weeks or after one of those meet and greets. Actually, you won't. You'll see this before any of those meet and greets, I think. Okay. So we'll see you, many of you, at the NRA meeting in April. Well, it's actually in a few weeks, isn't it? So come by and see us at one of the meet and greet locations. They are definitely outlined in the description. We'll see you later. Life is good. Wait, there was something else I wanted to say. It occurred to me that one thing about this slide, if it's back like that, it could cause issues. Where it doesn't just shooting around the range and everything. If you were carrying this pistol or any size of the SIG, and you have that issue with yours where that slide wants to not go fully into battery, it could do that. You could have it actually loaded. There's a round in the chamber now. And what I'm going to do is show, so let's say you nudge the front of the slide or something, and it comes back a little bit. And you notice with the safety engaged on these, that doesn't help. It's not like a 1911 the slide still moves regardless of the safety position. So let's say the slide gets nudged a little bit, you hit it on something, holstering it or whatever, and you don't realize, you pull it out, and let's see if it'll fire. Okay, it did. Let's try it again. Let's get it back there where it was. So it's not in battery totally, but it still fires unless it's back a little further. So it gets back to that far, which could happen. Now the trigger is deactivated, so it's the same whether it's around the chamber or not, of course. If it's back to that point, it's not going to activate. So, you know, there you go. So it could cause an issue. You'd have to pop it and go on, you know, which should be your first natural reaction. You know, if something's not right and you look at, you see the back, that slide is not, you know, forward, pop that thing usually. So that's just something I wanted to. It's back just a little bit, it works okay. So in other words, if your trigger works, it will fire. But if the trigger is dead, like it is right there, you know, then it's not going to fire anyway, of course. Okay, forward in. Now with this one, the compact, I had it out here. I wasn't going to shoot it anyway necessarily, but I've got it around in a chamber now, and it doesn't do that. You know, it won't stick back. So it's not an issue with that one. Now this one is supposedly not drop safe. Maybe that's the problem. When they made them drop safe, it created that issue. No, no. So I'll wait for input from you all on that. There's probably some things, I don't know, I could do. Stronger recoil spring. You know, the spring doesn't feel all that stiff. I mean, it's not weak, but it might, it could be that a heavier spring would take care of that. But as it occurs to me, I don't like that idea of it being able to get knocked out of battery like that. Although it still fires unless it's got to be back to where you lose the trigger. See, where do you get the trigger back? Right about in there. Yeah, now I got my trigger back. Pow. So anyway, it may just be mine. So I may look into that and see what some of the fixes are if it doesn't break in. And the thing is, yeah, it just needs to break in, or it just needs to quit doing that, because even if I were to bump the slide, it's clear, empty, and I'd want it, you know, to go back in. If it's truly broken in, it will go back in. You know, so anyway, maybe I better go back to my Glock at my bedside. But anyway, just wanted to add a little bit to that, because I know you were dying to know. And if you can think of any other issues with that, if you've had that experience, you fixed it or whatever, you know, let me know. But I do like the firearm. I'm not going to, you know, throw it away for that. I'm going to keep it, shoot it, and I'll fix that one way or another. It may take a sledgehammer and a Dremel tool, you know, the two basic tools of all gunsmiths, but I will fix it or get it fixed, because I do like this pistol. And it is one of 5,000, so, you know, need to keep it running. So now you're fully informed, and life is still good.
That's not bad. Oh, hey, just measuring this 15-shot group. Since I've got you here, I want to remind you to check out our friends over at SDI and Talon Grips. SDI is a fully accredited online distance learning program where you can get an associate's degree in firearms technology or become certified in gunsmithing. So check them out at sdi.edu. They also accept GI Bill, so be aware of that. Talon gun grips, you may be aware of those. Dad's been using them for a long time. Essentially a grip tape that goes around the grip of your handgun, just like this, around the grip, and gives you a much better grip, and you're not stuck with basically the grip that comes from the factory on the pistol, because it's not like the old days with 1911s where you just change out the grips. A lot of these more modern handguns don't give you that option, so you have to either just stick with what you got or wrap something around the outside. So check them out if it makes sense for you. And also, don't forget to go to our website, hickok45.com. We have a bunch of stuff over there for you guys to check out. We actually have our videos now on gunstreamer.com, so please check that out. Don't forget about our social media. Don't forget to look in the description also. There's a lot of information there. The description of the video and the website, hickok45.com. But our social media at The Real Hickok 45 on Instagram, Hickok 45 on Facebook and Twitter. There's John _ Hickok 45 on Instagram, but you can't guess who that is. What else? I think that's all I was going to tell you guys. Oh yeah, our merchandise. You can find our merchandise at bunkerbranding.com. We have this shirt, at least as I'm making this video, available. And we've got some hats. Just go check it out. It's going to change what we have available at different times. So if you like something, maybe go ahead and jump on it. But the main thing is hickok45.com and support the people who support us whenever it makes sense for you. As always, I really appreciate you guys still watching these videos after so long and so many years. It means so much to us, and it's been such a fun experience. And we appreciate you guys, and see you later.